Hey everyone, I'm Tamara. I'm from Soft Glam with Tam. Welcome to my brand new channel on YouTube. I just wanted to introduce myself.
So we're here today with Tamara from Soft Glam with Tam. I'm Zach from Zach Love Books. I actually am Tamara's husband, so we're introducing her to the world. So we're going to ask her 10 questions today for all the new people watching, any future subscribers. So let's get right into it. So the first thing we wanted to cover is I've made up 10 random questions. We're going to just get right into it. Give us a 2-minute version and tell us how you got started in makeup.
Okay, well, thank you for asking. First of all, I became a makeup artist over 20 years ago. I started out loving makeup, and I went to makeup school and became a makeup artist. And I've been working professionally for over 20 years. I've worked for so many makeup brands, and I've been doing makeup for over 20 years.
Is there anything in particular that was a catalyst for you becoming a makeup artist, a certain experience?
Well, actually, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I always loved makeup. I always loved experimenting with different makeup and shades and colors. And I felt like I didn't know what I wanted to do, but after getting let go from my financial job, which I wasn't suited for, actually my husband, who's interviewing me, had said, why don't you go into makeup school? Because you absolutely love doing makeup all the time. And I never thought of it as a career. So it's actually thanks to my hubby that I'm a makeup artist today professionally. But yeah, that's why I became a makeup artist. I've always wanted to inspire women, and I also want to enhance self-esteem for women and definitely young girls like my nieces, and especially helping young girls feel better about themselves.
Great, that sounds good. What I want to know is, since now you're moving into the online channel, going to YouTube, maybe making long form videos, there's thousands of channels out there. What I want to know is what you're going to bring to YouTube, makeup YouTube, if that's what it's called, that other makeup artists won't bring, or what's unique to you that you're going to bring to your channel?
Well, that's a really good question. So that's why I haven't even started doing a YouTube channel for this long, because I just feel like there's so much content out there. There's so many makeup vloggers, makeup artists, YouTube tutorials. I follow a lot of artists as well, even though I'm a makeup artist. I'm always learning from other artists, but I just feel like no one is me, and everyone has something different to offer. And I've had a lot of clients over the years that have wanted my advice. They want makeup tips. They want all kinds of tutorials, makeup lessons. So this is a way for me to share my experience and my knowledge. And I feel like definitely there's always someone new that you can learn from. So why not try it? I felt like I've held myself back for too long.
That's awesome. So it's kind of like I was going to say, why now? You've kind of covered that. So I think that's great to know.
Thanks.
So, now let's get, just tell everybody watching a little bit about your experience in a nutshell. Like I said, you don't have to go over everything, but maybe where you've worked, the type of makeup that you do, what your specialty is.
So I'm a freelance makeup artist. So I've worked with many different makeup brands. I've worked for makeup brands that are at Sephora. I've worked for Holt Renfrew, where I started. I've worked for many different makeup lines, and I've learned from so much. I've been a makeup trainer. I've worked on set. I've done countless brides for bridal makeup. I've done prom makeup. So I've done a lot of my own clients. And I also have done a little bit of TV makeup, and also makeup lessons for people starting makeup. So mostly my experience is just sort of doing freelance makeup.
Right. And tell us of any highlights, of your makeup career thus far, things you've done that were like the highlights. Like, have you met any celebrities, or met any makeup founders, anything like that people it might be interesting for them to know?
That's an excellent question. So I have met Bobbi Brown, famous makeup artist, founder, CEO, amazing guru, Bobbi Brown. I've met her twice. I worked for her brand for many years. I've met Scott Barnes. I've met, he's done JLo's makeup. I've met Laura Mercier. I've worked for her brand, and I've met her. I was one of her first personal I was a makeup artist, for her first personal appearance in Canada at Holt Renfrew in Canada in Toronto. And I've met, Phyllis from Y&R. I haven't really met anybody to A-list, but, but that's on my goal list.
We do live in Canada, so it's kind of tougher, I think, because, in Canada, the makeup scene is different than what it is in the States. Had you been in maybe LA or New York or Paris, it would be a lot different.
But those are my goals.
Right.
Always meeting amazing people.
Right. Now, I just want to keep it relevant because it's YouTube, and I know there's also a lot of younger viewers watching. I'm talking about young girls like in their 20s. So let's just divert for a second. What would you have to say to the young girls in their 20s who may be watching now who, think that, okay, you're not 20, right? And not that you're like a lot older, but I mean, you have a lot of experience. What would you say to them, about makeup based on all your experience? If give them some advice for today based on what you see girls wearing and whatnot on the street.
Well, I mean, that's a loaded question, but what I would say is, so contour is a huge thing. I feel like there's a lot of makeup tutorials out there, and it shows you how to completely contour and lift and snatch and all these things with your face. So some of the things are very time consuming, but I love quick, fresh makeup. Like I've always loved natural makeup, but I do love a smoky eye. I love Pat McGrath Labs. I love her vision. She's definitely more of a fashion guru. But I feel like I love to just know how to make myself look fresher and in a quick way. But also I do realize that a lot of young girls want to have the contoured look with the overlined lips. So I feel like there's so many products you can get that look now, but you don't have to spend that much time. So I feel like for me, it's just about being efficient and learning how to look your best no matter what age. Awesome.
So speaking of age, now, give us some tips for the mature woman. Let's say, women over 30 to 50. What advice, based on your experience and all, everything you've done, do you have for that age bracket of women?
Well, 30 is really young still, but I know what you mean, like working women, women that are busy. I'd say for women over 40 that are noticing their features are changing or things may be, shifting a little bit, you can kind of find products that lift and make you feel beautiful, and you don't have to, necessarily have any procedures done, but if that's your thing, that's amazing. That's definitely for you. But if you want to look younger and more lifted, there are products that can give you that illusion and that effect. And I feel like women are just even more beautiful as they age. So I feel like most of my clients are more mature and they're maybe 50s, 60s. My grandmother was 93. She looked absolutely beautiful. So she took care of herself though. She had facials. She used the best quality products on her skin. And I think it's genetics, but I think if you just want to look fresher and younger, not even necessarily younger, just look like the best version of yourself, it's just about knowing tips and tricks that are going to lift and brighten and give you a glow. I think a glow is the most important thing, and that's the signature in every makeup look I do, is a glow and a radiance, and that's what my clients request from me all the time.
That's awesome. That's a great answer. Now, just taking it back to trends in general, based on the current trends that you see like today, and maybe trends that are showing up in the fashion magazines and glamour magazines, what trends do you see that like you see more like maybe like a fad, or trends that you don't like? Like, I don't know much about makeup, but I saw a meme online where they said that the Muppets predicted what young women would look like based on how the Muppets look like, how they would be doing their makeup today. It's just funny to me. So just talk to us maybe about what some trends that you see that you either think are like faux pas, or that you see that look good, or just your general, based on your experience.
So I feel like the Muppet trend came from the crazy winged, like fake lashes, and then nothing else on the face and a bit of lip liner. I feel like lashes have a moment, and I definitely think lash extensions were having a moment, but sometimes obviously it could look a little bit much. But I feel like everyone has to do what they feel comfortable with. I feel like there's always been trends. But I feel like the winged liner and all those things, like I feel like things come back. So I think you just have to do what you love. I also think something like the 80s blue liner has come back and has had a moment, but it's more of a cobalt liquid liner. So you can make things that were outdated at one point, you can make them look current. But I feel like I don't really knock beauty trends. I feel like people go through phases. I feel like everyone has to decide how they want to look in the morning.
Right. So they don't necessarily have to follow a trend.
Oh, no, definitely. I'm more about making myself look the best, and I don't follow trends, but I do love to see I do love fashion trends. I love to see what's coming out, especially in the fall.
Right.
But make it your own. That's the most important thing.
And keeping in line with an answer like that, I'm going to hit you with a doozy, like one that you probably would never predicted. So I'm going to put you on the spot. What are you wearing right now? And what are some of your recommendations? Some maybe 2 or 3 recommendations of products from what lines that you would recommend for people right now that either you use or that you personally recommend.
Thanks for the amazing question. So actually today I'm pretty much wearing what I would wear normally, but I spent a little bit of time. Sometimes I do it in 5 minutes. Sometimes I'll spend a little more time, but I don't wear a ton of makeup, but I always like to even out my complexion. So I use like a tinted sunscreen. I always use sunscreen because that's going to protect your skin from sun damage and from the harmful rays. So I always use a tinted sunscreen on my skin. I don't wear foundation myself. I wore it on my wedding day, but my makeup artist was amazing. So it didn't look like I was wearing foundation, but normally I wear a tinted moisturizer. I'm wearing concealer, like a foundation stick in areas. Right. I'm wearing a cream blush. I love Pat McGrath, so I wear her Pinky Peach blush.
Since you mentioned Pat McGrath, that's my next question.
Oh, you just interrupted me. I'm still talking to you about what I'm wearing.
Right, but I mean, can you also tell us like what you're wearing and what lines they're from?
Okay, so I'm wearing a lip gloss from Rare Beauty, and I'm wearing a Nude Sticks lip pencil, lip and cheek pencil. Right. I'm wearing Pat McGrath. It's a highlighting beautiful pinky peach blush on the tops of my cheeks. I'm wearing La Roche-Posay tinted sunscreen. I'm wearing a Makeup Forever palette because I'm tanned right now. So I think you have to adjust your colors, obviously. So I'm wearing a palette from Makeup Forever that comes with blush, highlight, and concealer. And I just mix them together till it evens out any areas that I want to cover. I'm wearing Benefit Hoola Bronzer, and I love Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick. That is my favorite product to wear on my eyes every single day, especially with dark brown eyes. Bronze Shimmer Brick from Bobbi Brown is a must-have. There's different shades. I used to work with Bobbi Brown, so that was something I love. I also use it as a highlighter.
Awesome. Those are some great recommendations. Even though I'm a man, I don't know makeup. It sounds like, you're an expert in your field. But now speaking of your field, and I know you've worked in a lot of the retail settings and all your experience that you've had. Tell us what it's like now for women who go into these different stores like Sephora or some of the big box retailers, or even the smaller ones. Like up here in Canada, we have Shoppers, which is where, a lot of women go to buy their cosmetics. It's like a pharmacy / makeup store for people that don't know around the world. But tell us what the experience, what it's looking like, how it's changed from the past, and maybe some tips for women who go into these stores and how they can navigate around just, all the makeup around them and being maybe confused as to what they should be looking for and what they should be asking, just in a nutshell.
So I feel like, definitely shopping and makeup has changed. So during the pandemic, a lot of people had to go and shop online, but that wasn't ideal, obviously, because I'm sure there was a lot of returns. So the most important thing is Shoppers Drug Mart, you can't really try on the foundations unless you're in the boutique, but normally, if it's a drugstore brand, you have to sort of eyeball it and see what shade you think you might be. But if you go to, there aren't a lot of makeup counters left. They just closed the Bay, unfortunately, which is a shame in Canada. No more Nordstrom. You can go to Holt Renfrew. You can go to a makeup counter and have an artist color match you. Lipstick, eyeshadow, eyeliner, those things you can pick up. You don't need to try on. Mascaras, eyebrow products, sometimes you do need to try on, obviously, for your shade. But foundation is something you shouldn't really wing. You need a professional artist to basically swatch 3 colors, especially on your jawline and your forehead sometimes, and just see what color you are. Because if you don't have the right foundation, then your makeup or tinted moisturizer, your makeup's not going to look right. So also Sephora is where it's at. So Sephora is where I normally will go to freelance for Laura Mercier, which is a beautiful brand. And I will try products on clients or recommend. I give lots of recommendations, and Sephora has everything right now. It really is the place to go. It's just that you definitely, if you can, you need a professional makeup artist to color match you. And that's the most important thing.
Right, right. That's amazing advice for everybody out there. It's been a long, session that we've done. It's the first one, by no means perfect yet. If the lighting is off or something, this is like the first post we're putting out. I'm the one responsible for the production here and the editing, so blame it on Tamara's husband. Like I said, this is the first one. There's more coming, and keeping with what I'm saying, I just want you to, for the last question or for the last thing for you to say is tell any of your upcoming people that are going to watch, future subscribers, what kind of goodies that you might have in store for us in upcoming content episodes that you may want to cover for people. Just any ideas you have of the type of things that you want to bring to your YouTube channel.
Well, thank you so much to Zach from Zach Loves Books, also my husband. These were amazing questions and things I didn't even think of. So thank you so much. So what I would say is I am so excited to start my own YouTube channel with my husband's help, because he's amazing. He knows all the ins and outs. But I think for me, the reason I didn't start for so long is because I'm so hard on myself. Even though I've been a makeup artist for over 20 years, I still get nervous before doing a bridal makeup or an important gig, even though it always, I have to say, turns out amazing, thank goodness. But I think I put a lot of preparation into it as well. But I feel like for my channel, I just want to inspire young girls, women of all ages, just to feel good in their skin, learning new tips and tricks, things I do on a daily basis. I'm 46, so I feel like, even though I know I don't look it.
Wow, you're 46?
I'm just kidding. I had to put that in there. But I've also been told that I've looked like Desi Perkins. Now, maybe not today, but when I have my hair up with my little side pieces, I've gotten that at Sephora, which is a huge compliment.
Right.
But I just want to inspire women of all ages, and I want young girls to feel amazing in their own skin. I love that my nieces don't wear a lot of makeup, and when they do, they just are having fun with it. And then I feel like women who are of a certain age, they may feel like they want to change how they wear their makeup. Maybe their hair, they've decided to let it go white or silver, and they need to know what colors are going to complement their hair color. And then just for women who are busy moms, I'm a busy mom, so I just want to give tips and tricks that will help women feel better, and it's what I've learned personally. So it'll be something new, and I just want to share.
Awesome. That's amazing. From coming from another content creator, this is a great first post. I guarantee, and I mean, this isn't just me saying this because I'm your husband. She is an expert. She is amazing, and she's an amazing makeup artist, and she has loads and loads of expertise, advice, and experience to share with the world. So if you like this first video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the content. There's a lot more coming. All right, guys?
Thanks, everyone.